What's up, guys? Alright, so um, I've talked about it a couple times. I've had a few people request it. I'm going to mix a bottle of fluid for you guys today. For those of you who have not done DIY, um, it is substantially cheaper. You can produce much larger quantities of fluid, and obviously you can make it exactly like you want it. The bare minimum requirements is a single syringe, um, nicotine. I buy, actually, everything that I have is from Heartland Vapes, based out of Oklahoma City. They have excellent pricing and an amazing selection of flavoring, good quantity as well. This is 100 milligram per milliliter, nicotine, 100 VG. This is 120 mils. I think it's $12. So that's pretty damn cheap because that'll last a long time depending on. I mean, I only mix mine at 1.5 mil nic, so I mean it's super lasts forever. You need your PG, which I have it in a separate smaller bottle. I bought it by the gallon, and it's a little difficult to get out, so I just use an old glycerin bottle for the PG. It is labeled so I don't get it mixed up. Vegetable glycerin, buy it a liter at a time for like $12. And then your flavoring. This is a flavor that I mixed a sample for the other day. I've got these little 7.4 mil glass syringes that I got. Actually got them at work. They're sealed, sterile, 7.4 milliliter syringes. They're a pain in the ass to drip because it's just an open top, but perfect for little tiny sample batches. So the flavor that I'm going to make is Smarties and Skittles, and of course you can't hardly see that. This is one that I made, and it really was really good. So I've got a fresh 120 ml bottle here. Make sure there's no residual water in there, and we're gonna get started. The recipe, I use steam engine for basically all of my fluid measurement. It's easy, it's simple, it's quick, nothing to it. It makes life so much easier, especially if you're going by percentages. Okay, so I have two syringes. I have one that I use solely for the nicotine, purely because I don't want to contaminate my flavoring syringe. I'm not too concerned about flavoring and VG or PG. That's not too big of an issue for me. This is purely for my own use. I don't sell this. I don't give it to anybody else. I'm not concerned about contaminating it, or if I screw it up, it's on me. I'm the one that vapes it. So I'm not too concerned about that. Lots of fun. That's freaking good. Okay. So I always start with my nicotine. That's just how I do it. That way I don't mix it. Forget about it. This one is not marked as nicotine, though I should. They look different. I have worn the numbers off the nicotine far less. So this is 1.5 milligram nic as the target. We're doing, it'll be 15% total flavoring and 80-20 mixture. So nicotine is 1.8 milliliters. Ta-da! because there is residual fluid in the tip there. And that way I never have to worry about getting that nicotine into something else, because that can screw that stuff up pretty significantly. We'll set that to the side. Recap this. What's next? Flavoring. Let's do PG. I like to not put the flavor directly onto the nicotine. I know it's not going to destroy it, but it does help. Okay, PG is 6 milliliters. So this is only 5, so I can only do 5 at a time. I do keep all of this out here in a shelf where my children can't get to it. That is a big deal. I don't even leave any of my ecig stuff where the children can get at it. It's never even in the house where they can see it. Obviously, if I'm out in public vaping, if we go out to the park or something like that, I still don't vape around my children because I don't want them to see it. But I never leave it where they can get to it. That is the biggest part of it for me. Like I said, this is for my own use, so I don't really care if I screwed up. Oh well, I'll just make another bottle. But that's the biggest thing for me, is keeping it away from the kids. And yeah, that's a big deal. Okay. That ran aside. Skittles, they call it Rainbow Drops from Heartland Vapes. Obviously, you can't call it Skittles. So these come with seals on them. All I do is poke a little hole with the syringe in the tip. Just helps keep from getting extra crap in it. And this is 3.6 milliliters. Jeez, that stuff smells good. Okay. And then Smarties. And I know the camera up close is terrible. I am going to get that resolved here, hopefully with the next video or two. Smarties is actually 14.4 milliliters. So this will take a couple syringes. And if you get a little air in it, you can just go all fun with it and squeeze the air out. That's 10, so we've got 4.4 left. I find that it's easier not to pull the syringe all the way to where you want it to begin with, because you can suck up air in it and then it's just a pain in the ass. Now, so I've got my nicotine, my flavoring, and my PG. All I have to do is the VG. You'll see that is about, that's good there. Okay, there are a lot of ways to measure this. 5 mils at a time for 94 milliliters of VG, which is what this calls for, is a huge pain. I have done it. There is no difference to me that I have noticed. No difference from just pouring it into the bottle. Obviously, if I were going to be making this to sell or something else, I would have a good ISO 7 lab and all the other fun stuff, and I'd be measuring it out just perfectly on every little thing. But for myself, this is perfectly fine. I know I can fill it right up to the lip there, and it's damn near perfect. So that's it. I'll shake it a whole bunch, and I'll set it on the shelf for about a week. Let it steep good, and it'll be ready to go. I've tried steeping them longer than that, but the sweeter flavors especially don't need to steep an incredibly long amount of time. I find more than a week is usually unnecessary. If I get really good flavors like the sour gummy bears that I've vaped in so many of my videos previously, for probably a solid 6 months without anything else in between, I would mix that up 240 mils at a time. 2 of these at a time at least, and then I would at least have 1 extra bottle on the shelf steeping waiting at all times. There's no reason not to if you know you're going to vape it and you like it. That's all there is to it. It's just as simple as that. Obviously mixing it well is a huge deal. You want to make sure you don't get crap in there. If you're not using nicotine, you could probably vape it pretty quickly. Especially with 100 milligram nicotine, I at least let it sit 24 hours before I touch it. Just because I don't feel like getting a hit of 100 milligram mixed in with everything else that hasn't diluted properly yet. But we'll set this up to the side for a second here, and I'm going to give you guys a view of my shelf. Put this right down here where I won't miss it. And there it is, in all of its glory. I've got gummy candy, Smarties, Sweet Tarts, Skittles, more gummy candy. There's another gummy candy, and a huge bottle down here that's been steeping for about 1.5 years. I'm actually not sure if this is still good or not. And then the bottle I just mixed up, PG here, blueberry cheesecake, assorted nicotines, and VG. And that is my small supply of DIY stuff, and I order about every 6 months or so. There's enough there that I can make quite a bit of different flavors out of that. I've got sweetener and sour, so I can change stuff up pretty much whenever I choose. I can't actually tell you the last time that I bought a bottle of fluid in a store. Or for that matter, the last anything that I bought in a store was my Cleto tank. There's absolutely no reason that you have to at all. As I mentioned many times already, I don't make this for other people. This is purely for my own enjoyment, for myself. I don't have a clean lab. If I ever were to make it, I would do it right. There's no reason not to. It's stupid to make fluid. There's multiple shops here locally that have lost a ton of business because it got out that they're basically just mixing it in the back room. Not to say you can't do it well in a back room and keep it sterile and clean, but it's not legit. I certainly don't approve of it. Rocking a single coil, triple fused. There's a little tiny coil in there. Triple fused Clapton, 328s fused with 36. I'm really surprised at the amount of vapor you can get out of it. Even just a little, for me, that's a micro coil, micro single coil. That's just a ridiculous amount of vapor you can get off of these things. Of course, the flavor's fantastic too. Let's actually blow some clouds for you guys. And this is, that is the sample bottle of the big bottle that I just mixed to show you guys. It is an 80-20, if any of you are curious. Okay, so I've got a project underway. Another project. I'm going to build a coil winding machine. Wire twisting, whatever you want to call it. If you guys want to see that, I will try to, if you want, do a build video of me assembling it. It's going to be fairly complex, but it is going to incorporate a pulse width module and all that good stuff. It's relatively low power, but basically I'm going to modify a small DC motor, 48 volt DC motor, to run off of mains voltage and put a foot pedal on it with the drill chuck, so I can chuck it here and then put the swivel in the vise and make my wire that way, so I don't have to fuck with a drill and everything else. Have two hands free. It's always nice. If you guys want to see that, let me know. Post in the comments. I will, if you guys wanted to see it, I will most definitely do some video of me building that and assembling it. And I finally brought my roll press home, so I'll be able to show you guys how I run the wire through the roll press as well. It is super simple. Anyways, vape on, guys.